Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you had a great day. Today is gonna be a fun one because finally I'm getting the chance to drive and experience the new Mach 1, one of the final editions of the S550 Ford Mustang before they ended production. Now we have a new generation coming out. I'm really curious to find out how this drives though compared to what I'm used to from the S550 6th generation Mustang, because I used to own a GT350R, also the GT500. And from what I have read online and learned when it comes to the Mach 1 is that it shares a lot of components from both the GT500 and the GT350R. Today, we're gonna do a walk around of the Mach 1 and then we're gonna find out what it's like to drive. This is actually, I think, the final year of the Mach 1. It's a 2023 model and it's got all the performance upgrades you can want for the vehicle, like this extended front splitter. Looking at it in person, from the photos in comparison, it didn't look that big, but looking at it now in the sunlight, it's pretty massive. I almost want to say it's as big as the GT350R front splitter. The only big difference I can find with it is that the side corners aren't sticking out like a box effect or a rectangle almost. This will make it easier to daily drive, I think, because since the side is not sticking out as far, when you do the angles to get into parking lots, it's not as much of a challenge. But I really do like all the Mach 1 heritage styling that they did incorporate with this vehicle. Like on the front, the covered up headlight section on either side. Then you have the epic Mach 1 badging right here in the middle with like the matte black and then the gray metallic with the orange trim around it. Now what's really cool is that the owner of this vehicle, a good friend of mine, his name's Nick. You guys should recognize him from the past. I'll play a video right here of me and him on track together at a Spring Mountain Raceway. Very awesome guy, and he actually used to own a Mach 1, a 1969 version. Then flash forward all this time, he got the revival of his old car. He did have a GT350R, which he sold to get this version. And after talking with him, he's actually telling me that he thinks this can hang with his GT350R. One big difference he did find though with the car is that these wheels, even though they look very nice, I'm a big fan of these wheels, he says that they do weigh a lot more than the old carbon fiber wheels he used to have. Regardless of the weight though, just zooming in on that, you gotta be honest here. This wheel, this design is so intricate. It must be hard to keep clean, but from the styling, like backing up, I think they really did nail it. As I mentioned earlier, this has got upgrades from not only the GT350, but also the GT500. It's got upgraded bushings, stiffer springs, sway bars. Also, performance-wise, with the handling pack, as you can see right here behind me, you do have upgraded aero, such as the extended front splitter, but also you can get a gurney flap on the back end. Let me show you actually real quickly the rear spoiler out back, because it's just like my GT500 I used to own. Recognize this? This is straight off the GT500. So you have the same rear aero up top as the 760 horsepower supercharged Mustang. And then the gurney flap will actually install where these holes go. Hopefully you can see the sunlight's very bright down below. It'll lower your gas mileage for sure on the street. So on the street, you might not want to use it. Personally, I would have left it on all the time. I'll have to tell Nick that. But it looks really neat with the color finish that we have right here. It's like a dark gray metallic versus the black paint that I had on my GT500. This is the color combo you gotta get. The fighter jet gray with all the graphics around the vehicle. I am curious, since this does have wider front tires, is there a wide body kit coming closer? Okay, so that's what Ford does. There's this little lip on the outside edge that you can mount, and this will protect the car from rocks. I believe this is part of the handling package itself. It does look pretty cool. It adds a nice accent point to the vehicle. It may not have the super wide body front end of the GT350. It does have its own unique styling. Let me go ahead and pop the hood actually real quick so we can check out that engine. All right, here we go, lifting up the hood to the Mach 1, coming down. We've got a familiar sight, don't we? This is from the 5-liter Coyote. They have improved horsepower to about 480, which is above the stock Mustang GT power output that you had for these model years, which was about 460. There was a point in time, if you live in California, that the horsepower was limited because of the EPA. However, though, we're going to go straight off those numbers that show off the maximum output of the Mach 1. So 480 horsepower again. I do know when it comes to the Mustang community, people did have concerns with the vibrations and also the longevity of the 5.2 liter flat plane crank Voodoo V8. Overall, the reliability for the Coyote is really far up there. So for track duty, I think this is a car that you won't have the same level of concern over time as owning the GT350R. Okay, well, here we go, hopping inside the Ford Mustang Mach 1. We are joining Nick, the owner. How you doing?
How you doing?
Great to see you.
Good to see you again.
Me and Nick go way back to going to tons of Shelby events with our cars. We both had GT350Rs. Before that, you had a Shelby GTC SC? All right, here we go, starting it up. Oh, that sounds good. That's normal mode, right?
That's normal mode.
What are you doing? You got 43 miles to E, Nick? Come on.
Put it down in the
Sport? Oh, wow.
And then we can click it over if you want to.
Yeah, love
Sport Plus, maybe.
Sport Plus? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. What's neat is that this has got the magnetic ride dampers that the GT350 had too. So overall, from what I have learned about it, it took a lot of what worked with the GT350, and since production was ending, they wanted to create another very well handling Mustang with a naturally aspirated V8. Oh, one other thing too, the steering feel, it feels a bit heavier than the GT350.
It is a little heavier.
The lightweight carbon wheels in the 350 made it like turn very fast. However, this just feels smooth, almost like you want to daily drive this, right? The Recaro seats are comfortable. It feels like a good toy. Then you did opt for the 10-speed automatic, right? Wow. This is like the favorite transmission for the drag racing community when it comes to Mustang. All the guys love this transmission for accelerating. And it feels actually very responsive. It's a totally different vibe getting in this after like the Z06 I was in when I drove to your house, because this is the deep voice, right? The mean American muscle car. What do you think, Nick? Are Mustangs pony cars or are they muscle cars?
Both.
Both.
The first one.
Oh, he's going for it.
There's a little Mopar going on there.
Wow. That's a lot of power, man. It feels very responsive. Thinking about it, with the automatic transmission, since you don't have to heel-toe downshift, you know what I'm talking about in the GT350, in this car, that will save you time on the track. Then with track mode, I suppose it shifts even faster, right? More responsive. This could possibly hang with, I think, a GT350. Wow, it gave a really cool kick. So smooth on those gear changes. Track mode shifting. Wow, getting into this car after not driving a GT350, a Mustang for quite a while. Let me roll the window, it's getting hot. It's bringing me back, you know that, because you know firsthand, Nick, how much I really do enjoy Mustangs. They're just fun cars.
They're great cars.
You can toss them around. You've got an actual handbrake that you can whip up. You've done that before?
All the time. It actually brakes better than the 350R.
You think so?
96 feet from 60 to 0.
Really?
Yep.
I think if you got in this car back to back with the GT350, it would probably be easier to drive this car fast with this transmission for the average Joe.
I feel I've always got my foot into it quite a bit.
Because your foot stays on power during those upshifts. You don't got to take it off. Balance a shift in a corner, mid-corner. This will seamlessly take care of it.
Yeah.
Also, launching out of a dig, there's no worries about messing that up with dumping a clutch. I think overall it's a really fun car, and it's just got a lot of character. It's got a great sound to it. Let me know, should we add a Mustang back to the channel? I think Nick is trying to make me jump ship again. You get back into the Mustangs.
You gotta do it.
You gotta do it. I'm excited to see what the Dark Horse is gonna be in comparison, but thank you again, Nick, for the chance to take it out for a spin. Really appreciate it. Guys, let me know, what do you think about the Mach 1 in the comment section down below. They're going to be pretty rare, I think, with production ending. I can't wait to hear your thoughts down below, guys. But if you enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next episode.